Welcome to your new Lincoln Continental. We call it the perfect balance of luxury and technology.
In this video, you'll discover what we mean by that, as I describe many of the advanced features of this car. And you'll find out how you can make your Continental your own personal expression of comfort and performance. Your Continental was designed and built to be strong, quiet, and safe. It's built at Ford Motor Company's Wixom Assembly Plant in Michigan, a recipient of the company's demanding Q1 award for quality. The material used in this car's fenders, hood, and deck lid is sheet-molded compound, or SMC. SMC is a composite material formed of plastic, resin, and fiberglass that's molded to form the body parts. The result is strong, dent-resistant parts that are lighter than steel. Oh, and they don't rust either. You've probably already noticed the distinctive headlamps. They're called complex reflector lamps because the headlamp assembly includes a clear fixed outer lens and a multifaceted or complex reflector. The reflector gives the lamp its jewel-like appearance. But the headlamps do more than just add good looks to the Continental. They provide a wide, well-defined beam pattern for improved visibility. Even the doors play a special role in the quiet and comfort of Continental. The doors were designed as a system to reduce wind noise and make them easy to open and close. To achieve this, the doors are computer engineered for exceptional rigidity, and then they're triple sealed. 2 seals surround the entire door opening, and the third is mounted to the one-piece body side. The heart of the all-new Continental is the Intech system, a powertrain, suspension, and chassis system that's managed by Ford Motor Company's leading-edge powertrain control module. One of the system's benefits is fewer spark plug changes. The recommended interval for tune-ups on the Intech engine is 100,000 miles, not the 30 or 60,000 miles you may be accustomed to. Remember, however, that regular oil and filter changes are still recommended every 5,000 miles. 4-wheel disc anti-lock brakes add to your security on the road. The standard ABS system constantly monitors the wheels to maintain steering control during hard braking.
You'll notice that the ABS warning light comes on for a few seconds when you start your Continental, or if you put the key in the run position. The system is simply performing a self-check of its components. If the light remains on longer than about 5 seconds, turn off the ignition and restart the engine. If the light still stays on, it means the system is disabled and should be taken in for service. Normal braking is not affected unless the red brake warning light is also lit. ABS prevents each individual wheel from locking, improving the ability to steer the vehicle during hard braking. You may be able to steer around objects and avoid going into a spin during braking. The anti-lock braking system may activate in a variety of driving situations. These can include when you brake over bumps, during turning, over railroad tracks, on wet or slippery road surfaces such as ice, snow, dirt, or gravel. When the system is activated, you'll feel a pulsing or vibration in the brake pedal. This is normal. When braking, to sustain the anti-lock function, keep your foot on the brake pedal and do not pump the brakes. You may hear the ABS system when it is activated. Or when you first start your car and reach a driving speed between 10 and 15 miles per hour. This is an indication that the system is operating or performing a self-diagnostic check. The amber ABS warning light will come on if a malfunction is found. Normal braking is not affected if a malfunction in the ABS is detected. Continentals equipped with Lincoln's optional all-speed traction control system provide additional control in driving situations where wheel spin could occur. Traction control works at all speeds, using the anti-lock brake system and engine throttle modulation to help maintain steering control. The system may respond when wheel spin occurs during acceleration over bumps, during turning, over railroad tracks, or even slippery spots on the road, such as ice, snow, dirt, or gravel. You may hear a sound similar to the sound of the anti-lock braking system when the traction control system is activated. Traction control can be turned on or off by pressing the traction control button to the left of the steering wheel. The normal mode is on whenever you start your car. A light on the traction control on-off button comes on when you've switched the system off, or for 3 seconds after the ignition is started. You'll see a check traction control message in the message center if the system has detected a malfunction and requires service. There's a traction control active light on the instrument panel that lights up for several seconds when the ignition is turned on. It also lights up when the system is activated to control wheel spin.
The electronics behind Continental's suspension are a first for Ford. We call the system road-calibrated suspension. Computer-controlled front struts and rear shock absorbers react to road conditions to help maintain ride comfort and precise control of the vehicle. Road-calibrated suspension also allows you to personalize your Continental by selecting the type of ride you prefer: plush, normal, or firm. With Continental's exclusive memory profile system, ride control is just one of 12 comfort and convenience settings that you can adjust to personalize your new car. In fact, the memory profile system will remember the settings for 2 different drivers. The car adjusts to your settings when you identify yourself in one of 3 ways: by pressing the unlock button on the remote key fob, by entering the appropriate customized code on the keyless entry keypad, or by pressing the 1 or 2 switch on the interior driver's door panel. Let's look at how you can customize your Continental to your preferences, starting with ride control. First, to set up the system, identify yourself as driver 1 or driver 2 by pressing the 1 or 2 switch on the driver's side door panel. At the center of the instrument panel is the control panel. To select your preference for ride, press the Ride Steer button. The current setting displays on the message center. To change the setting, press the Select button until the setting you want, plush, normal, or firm, is displayed. You can also adjust the steering effort to low, normal, or high. Press the Ride Steer button again, and the message center displays the steering menu. Press the Select button to move through the choices. When the steering effort you want is displayed, your preference is set. You should be aware that if you set the ride control to firm, Continental will not allow you to choose low steering effort. It's just as simple to set the rest of the comfort and convenience features included in the memory profile system. Press the menu button, and the message center displays one of 5 features you can set to on or off. The first is Express Window. We'll set the Express Window feature to on by pressing the Select button so the arrow points to on in the message center. Express Window opens the driver's window all the way with just a touch of the power window button. It's a handy feature to drive up banking windows and parking structures. Now press the menu button again. The next feature that's displayed in the message center is the automatic door lock. By pressing the Select button to show on, the Continental's doors will lock automatically when the car's speed reaches 3 miles per hour. When you lock the car using the remote key fob, you can set the Continental's horn to chirp, confirming that it's locked. Or you can select off for this feature. The easy entry and exit feature on the driver's seat is another setting. With this on, when the key is removed from the ignition, the driver's seat automatically moves back 2 inches, or to the end of the seat track. The seat returns to the appropriate driver position once the driver enters the car. A special feature on Continental is the tilt-down outside rear-view mirrors. When the car is in reverse, the mirrors tilt down for better visibility as you back up. This feature can be turned on or off through the memory profile system. The memory profile system also stores settings for the position of the outside rear-view mirrors, for the position of the driver's seat, and even favorite radio station presets, up to 18 stations for 2 different drivers. Simply adjust these features as you normally would. The message center indicates that each is saved to your driver designation. There are 2 additional settings that the memory profile system remembers: auto lamp delay and the light intensity level on the instrument panel. To set the auto lamp delay time, adjust the switch to the left of the steering column up or down. You can set the length of time for the headlamps to remain on after the ignition has been turned off to as much as 3 minutes. The settings will be displayed in the message center, which will also indicate that the setting has been saved to your driver designation. The light level of the instrument panel is set the same way. Adjust the instrument panel light switch up or down until the light level is where you want it. When you release the switch, the message center indicates the setting has been saved. You can change any of your settings, and they'll be saved automatically. Again, the message center confirms for which driver. There may be situations where you become an unidentified driver when you enter your car. For example, if you park in your locked garage at home and leave the car unlocked with the keys in it. When you re-enter the car and start it, if the memory profile system is on, the message center will ask you to identify yourself as driver 1 or 2. Press the select button to identify yourself, and your Continental will automatically adjust to your personal settings. The memory profile system can be turned off, too. For example, if a third driver will be using the car. That driver can then adjust the settings without affecting those set for the original 2 drivers. Just press the off button on the interior of the driver's door, or set the personality on-off switch on the back of the remote key fob to off if it will be used to unlock or lock the doors.
The remote key fob has one additional function. You can use it to open your trunk without using a key, whether the personality switch is on or off. Just press the trunk button twice within 5 seconds to release the trunk lid.
When you first enter your Continental, you may be surprised to find no instrument cluster visible on the instrument panel. Turn the ignition key on and watch Lincoln's dramatic virtual image cluster come to life. This unique three-dimensional look makes the analog gauges easy to read in any lighting condition and enhances Continental's futuristic appearance. Continental boasts a number of other surprise and delight features that add to your comfort and convenience.
A particulate air filtration system filters out virtually all of the smallest particles of dust, pollen, and other pollutants to help ensure a clean, fresh environment wherever you drive.
It's especially helpful for people with allergies or when you're driving through construction or along a dry dirt road. The filter is inexpensive and needs to be replaced only once a year or every 15,000 miles. The overhead console provides convenient storage for an extra pair of glasses and a garage door opener. Insert your garage door opener in the compartment so that the button on the opener lines up with the button on the console. When you pull into your driveway, simply push the console button to operate your garage door opener. The microphone and the multifunction button for the optional integrated voice-activated cellular phone are also located in the overhead console. The telephone handset is located in the lid of the console, or armrest. You can store up to 20 numbers in the phone's voice memory and place a call by voice command.
Name, please.
Home.
Thank you.
The message center displays the number called, the signal strength, and monitors the length of the call up to 1 hour. The audio system speakers serve as telephone speakers when the phone is being used in the hands-free mode. The telephone overrides the audio system during a call. You can adjust the phone volume by turning the radio volume control. The radio display indicates when the phone is in use.
Continental's high-level audio system features an electronically tuned AM/FM stereo radio with cassette player,
80-watt amplifier, and 4 speakers to wrap you in sound. Designed for easier operation, it features large buttons and controls. Notice how the audio system graphics display which mode the system is operating, radio, tape, or the optional CD. The volume dial turns the system on or off by pushing in on the knob. The radio station preset buttons, there are 6, also function as controls for the cassette player or available CD changer. If your Continental features the optional Ford Electronics JBL audio system, you'll have 8 speakers, delivering 145 watts of power. A press of the DSP, or Digital Signal Processing button, creates a home theater-type atmosphere in your new car. This system allows you to select from 4 different listening effects, depending on what you're listening to. You can choose outdoor stadium, jazz club, church, or concert hall. When listening to news talk stations or sporting events, select news for the best sound quality.
If you added the optional CD changer to your Ford Electronics JBL system, you may have already discovered another Lincoln first. The 6-disc CD changer is located inside the vehicle. It's conveniently placed in the center console in 5-passenger models, or on the passenger side of the mini console in 6-passenger models. When you turn off the ignition, you can't help but notice that the audio system remains on. So do other electronic features, such as the power windows. They'll remain on for up to 10 minutes, or until a car door is opened, so you can finish listening to a favorite song or close that window, for example. There are even more thoughtful touches you'll appreciate on your new Continental.
With the electronic automatic temperature control system, you control the cabin environment of your Continental for maximum comfort. This feature maintains the interior temperature you select and automatically controls airflow. Pressing the automatic button or one of the 6-function override buttons below the display turns on the system. To turn off the system, press the off button. You'll notice that the display window is blank unless outside temp has been selected. Use the blue or red temperature control buttons to select a temperature between 65 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Press the outside temp button below the blue and red temperature control buttons to display the outside air temperature. This will continue in the display until the outside temp button is pressed again. The reading is most accurate when the car is moving at driving speeds. If you adjust the inside climate while outside temp is selected, the change will appear in the display for a few seconds before the outside temperature returns. For even greater comfort, available heated front seats allow you and your passenger to select from 5 temperature settings and the choice of heating only the seat back or the seat and seat back. Set the controls on the instrument panel to either back or both, and then adjust the temperature dial to a number from 1 to 5. Lincoln Continental offers an optional electronic digital compass for additional convenience. The compass display is incorporated into the upper right corner of the rear view mirror. The compass becomes visible when the ignition switch is turned on or is in the accessory position. The compass will remain on for up to 30 minutes after the ignition is turned off. Directions for calibrating the compass and adjusting the compass zone are in your Continental Owner Guide.
You expect coat hooks in a car, but again, Continental goes beyond expectations. The coat hooks, which are built into the rear grab handles, expand to accommodate up to 10 wire hangers. While you're reveling in the luxury and performance your Continental offers, you can also be confident in knowing your safety and security have received the same careful attention from Lincoln engineers.
In fact, Continental offers a first-in-the-industry personal security system called Lincoln Rescue that uses satellite technology and the nation's cellular network to help motorists who need roadside or emergency assistance. With Rescue, help is just a touch of a button away. On the overhead console, you'll see 2 buttons, one with a tow truck and one with an ambulance. The tow truck button is pressed to summon non-emergency Lincoln roadside assistance, such as if your car runs out of gas. The ambulance button is pressed when emergency assistance is required. For example, if you've been involved in an accident or need medical attention. To use the rescue system, the ignition key must be in the run position. The system will also respond up to 2 minutes after the ignition is turned off. When you press one of the buttons, a warning lamp located in the overhead console begins to flash, and status messages are displayed in the message center. The system overrides the cellular car phone and automatically places a call to the Lincoln 24-hour Emergency Response Center. When the call is connected, the car sends vehicle location information, vehicle identification number, type of assistance requested, callback phone number, and more to the response center.
This is Lincoln Security. How may I assist you?
Rescue then establishes voice contact to the vehicle with an operator. All this takes about 1 minute. The operator gets more information from you about your situation and dispatches the appropriate assistance to your location. The operator stays on the phone with you until assistance has arrived. The call is then disconnected. The system warning light stops flashing and the system will be reset. A universal garage door opener is a feature included in Continental's personal security package. It will open your garage door remotely and perform the functions of up to 2 more radio frequency devices, such as the remote transmitter that turns on your house lights. The universal garage door opener is located in the driver's side visor. To program it, make sure the car engine is off. Hold down the 2 outside buttons on the opener until the light above the middle button begins to flash. Select a button on the opener to program. Place the remote control device, such as your current garage door opener, within 1 inch of the universal opener. Press the universal opener button you want to program and the remote control at the same time. You should see the universal transmitter light flash slowly. When the universal opener light begins to flash rapidly, release both buttons. This could take up to 1 minute. You can now use your universal garage door opener instead of the handheld remote control. Just press the button you programmed. To program the other buttons on the universal opener, follow the same process of holding the remote control device up to the opener, pressing the universal opener button to be programmed and the remote control at the same time, and holding until the light flashes rapidly. 2 additional features help ensure that you are not left out in the cold. One is the battery saver function. Should you accidentally leave the lights on with the headlight switch in the headlight mode, this feature automatically turns off the exterior, instrument panel, and door lights after 10 minutes. It turns off other interior lights, like those in the glove box and vanity mirrors, after 30 minutes to protect against battery failure.
Smart locks is the second handy feature. It prevents you from locking your keys in the car. If you attempt to lock your car with the power lock switch while your key is still in the ignition, the Smart Locks feature prevents the power locks from operating. In terms of safety, Continental provides leading-edge accident avoidance capabilities and occupant protection features. A variety of vehicle components, including the body structure, chassis and suspension, steering system, safety belts, and supplemental restraint system, all work to help keep you safe. One safety feature you'll appreciate is a 3-point safety belt for the rear center passenger. Continental also provides 3-point safety belts for the front and rear outboard passengers, as well as dual airbags in front. The outboard front shoulder belt anchors can be adjusted to 5 different positions for greater comfort and maximum effectiveness. Convenient child-proof door locks are standard in the rear doors. The locks are engaged by pushing up on the button on the door openings. Then the rear doors can only be opened from the outside. Another standard safety feature designed to accommodate young children is the tether hook, located in the grated panel in the center of the rear package tray. Some child safety seats require such a tether to properly restrain infants. At Lincoln, our vision is not only to produce the finest luxury automobiles, but to provide best-in-class sales and service treatment and a world-class ownership experience. Our dedication to you, to customer satisfaction, is demonstrated in the Lincoln Commitment Program. The program has 8 key features. One is that you'll receive a loaner car, similar to your Continental if available, when your vehicle requires service. Lincoln also provides complimentary roadside service assistance, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you should have a problem with your vehicle when you're on the road, one toll-free phone call summons assistance for road service, towing, and lockout service. The Lincoln Commitment Program covers your expenses if your car is disabled and you're stranded away from home. This program even includes travel planning service, such as customized maps and trip routings. Other Lincoln Commitment services include complimentary membership in Quest International. This benefit provides discounts at participating hotels, restaurants, and travel programs. Your Continental is protected by Lincoln's 4-year, 50,000-mile bumper-to-bumper limited warranty and a 5-year unlimited miles corrosion-related perforation limited warranty. There's no deductible, and labor-only service adjustments are also covered. If you have any questions or concerns, call Lincoln's Customer Assistance Center hotline. Operators at this toll-free number are trained to provide a timely response to all customer calls. Now remember, following the Continental's recommended maintenance schedule can help ensure thousands of miles of great performance from one of the most technologically advanced automobiles in the world. We recommend that you change the oil and filter every 5,000 miles using a quality 5W30 motor oil, and have your other fluids checked at the same time. You may never have to worry about a tune-up. The Intech engine's recommended tune-up interval is 100,000 miles.
The particulate air filtration system filter should be changed about once a year or every 15,000 miles. The Lincoln Continental has been designed and engineered to meet the highest standards of luxury and performance.
We hope this video helps you design your own personal driving environment. Thank you for choosing Lincoln Continental, the perfect balance of luxury and technology.